Today we're playing some Skye in Paladins Strike, and she can be as much of a curb stomper as she is in PC and console, especially in casual games and beginner games. And also, this skin is pretty damn epic, and also the animations are also epic, as you'll see one just go off there where she's just shooting out crossbows and jumping back like a ninja. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, we're going to be playing with the legendary card that basically turns your smoke into an anti-tank machine. It does a lot of what your wrist bolts do, but in a larger AoE scale. So we're against a Victor, Cassie, Ying, Makoa, and Barak. And that should be a pretty good lineup for them. Match starting in 7 seconds. So the idea of this loadout is to drop down our smoke as much as possible, especially in the two tanks, and try and drain them down. Skye's abilities are pretty much the same actually. You've got your wrist bolts, they do damage, basically they do a ticks of a percentage of the enemy as health, so they're better against tanks, but also they give extra damage on your main attack, like the old legendary did. So we've just got the first blood there on the Victor, able to burst them down pretty quickly, especially in the smoke, as a lot of the people don't know early in this game about the legendary card that does the smoke, and I guess there's not an easy way to see it. So you can do a lot by just putting down the smoke like I am now. There's a Barak inside it, and look how much health he's taking down. He had like 300 every tick. Well, it's 256 I think I saw there that were ticking off. And he was pretty much just completely bursted down in that smoke. And if you didn't see there, those fountains, just keep going back to them and healing up. And I can use the speed, which the invisibility has extra speed on it, like some of the cards that you can get in Paladins PC, and come in and come out of the fight and get around. And basically I'm just babysitting all the points here. Again, we got the kill, as wrist bolts too do, like the poison bolts in Paladins PC, do damage per tick, so they tick for percentage damage as well, so also work pretty good on tanks. Now I just died there, so that wasn't ideal. We're also getting up our ultimate, and our ultimate is like Skye's time bomb. It does a lot of damage, but also sticks to the enemy closest to you as long as they're close enough for the ability to go off. I don't think I actually got it off in this match, but I tried to, and it also does extra damage on how much health you're missing. I think if you're dead, it's just pretty deadly. So I could see the Makoa in here. I'm like, no, I'm out of here. I don't want to get hooked by this Makoa. But maybe I can drop the smoke in them and take them on, but I was like, nah. We've already got a Juggernaut, so if you didn't know this, I haven't seen my other video, there's 3 points on this game mode, and basically, once you get all the 3 points, and you get 100% on the tick, the phase turns into an attack phase, where you get a giant creep, and the giant creep goes to the enemy tower. So at the moment, our creep's at the enemy tower doing a bit of damage, but also that's taking down our creep. So I want to get over there and basically put down my smoke on the point, because everybody stands around the tower attacking the Titans. So the idea, the Juggernaut even, and that's the idea, to put down the smoke to do a lot of damage to enemies. The invisibility does work in the way that if people get close to you, they can see you, but I think it kind of works better in this 3D setting. I mean, not 3D setting, but like a third person, having the map quite open. Because visibility is quite important, because you can see everyone pretty much all the time if you get into the right place. So being able to go invisible, it means a bit more in this game. At least it seems that way to begin with. Again, a lot of people are taking my smoke for granted. This Victor definitely isn't though. He's just out there. I got so lucky to get away and was able to heal up. And then maybe making a mistake here going back in again. No, I'm going to go for the second heal. This was a smart Joshino. So yeah, and we're just coming back around again. Basically, I think probably the most important thing is to keep capping these points. And B's always going to be in attacks, so you've got to keep going and nursing them. Also, we're able to just burst down the Cassie there. Again, the smoke's pretty crazy as long as they stand in it and they don't move out. A lot of the time people are like, what's happening? Because you don't really expect the smoke to do damage to you, especially if you just play Paladins PC. That was actually a bad placement, I think. I just wanted to get out of there. You also can't use your invisibility for, I think it's 1.5 seconds after you use a smoke, so you can't like double escape and be invisible all the time, I guess. But yeah, basically just with Skye being very, very flanky, you can just keep going into the fountains and healing up and then come in for another fight. Again, I did quite a bit of damage to him there when the smoke went down, but I couldn't hold on, get in there. So here again, my smoke was down, so I didn't really fight it out. Don't really know what happened here. I think some sort of connection issue, but we were able to put down a smoke, and the Barak's not moving out of it, although he just survived, which is unfortunate, but our Barak was able to kill theirs, and we were able to heal up into the fountain. And then our poison bolts plus our we didn't actually have to put down our smoke there, but our poison bolts pretty much took down the Makoa, who has a big health ball, and then we can just come back around again. So now our Juggernaut's also going forwards. I wanted to go up and help, but then I didn't realize how far back the Juggernaut was. I thought the Juggernaut was already there, so that was a complete fail. So you can actually see the Juggernaut here just sort of strolling up to the tower. And the idea here is if you're the defenders, you want to do all the damage you can to the Juggernaut, which is why Skye's smoke bomb is pretty good, because they're all going to be standing around the Juggernaut trying to do damage to him. And a lot of the attacks in this Paladins strike are quite close up, so you have to actually get in there if you want to do something about it. So here I've got my ultimate, I've got the time bomb, and I've got the smoke ready, which I do want to use pretty much all of them, but our Juggernaut just died, so not ideal. I don't know whether I'm kind of making a mistake by going in here, but I think that's why I've gone out again. So I'm like, yeah, no, that's not for me. I'm out of here. And then I was hiding in these bushes because I was kind of hoping to put down my time bomb and catch somebody out, but I used it on the barrack, so you can see there, actually I did get the sticky on the barrack there, it stuck onto the barrack, but nobody else was around, unfortunately, for him to run back into enemies. So there's several things on this Skye that people don't know about that can easily mess them up. So A, if an enemy gets sticky, then like a sticky in Halo where you throw like a sticky grenade, the enemies might walk into your other enemies and just screw them up. B, your like smoke does damage as long as people don't know about moving out of it. So there's a lot of things that are kind of something that you have to learn, and your players are probably not going to know about. So it kind of makes Skye the curb stomper that she is in Paladins as well, as people struggle to deal with Skye's invisibility in Paladins. Like, especially if you don't know the maps, it's quite hard to guess where she's coming from, but in later game, you can kind of guess where she's going to come from and basically plan for that. I also got hooked by the Makoa there. The Makoa also died, but I think to the Cassie. That was really unfortunate because I was invisible, but I think maybe he saw me because I was close enough. Again, we're fighting in here and waiting to come back alive. And I think we're going to just cap it, because once you get to about 70, 80%, and the enemy team haven't got that much, then usually in good stead, because you can hold 1 point and just get it to the top, basically. In the time, because I guess it makes sense, because then you can get, in the same time, like 20% as 40%. So you kind of just have to maybe nurse 1 point, like contest one, and then just hold on to one if you are on the higher amount. Maybe there should be a better, I don't know whether there are other comeback mechanics, but I don't know. Again, that Victor took too long there getting out of my smoke and took a lot of damage, and then I was able to kill him. The poison darts, though, are a skill shot, unlike everything else on Skye, because a normal attack does lock on. I think I did have to tap it, but you can basically, the only thing you have to aim with is the poison darts, but it's kind of simple. Like, it just goes in like a line. Also, that barrack ultimate was pretty bad. Like, it was not in the right place. Also, the Victor just went past me. He's like, no, I don't need to deal with the Skye, even though they're going straight into my base. And I did have my ulti here, so I was like, I need to put down this ultimate before the game is over, because it's going to go down soon. Didn't actually kill anybody. I probably should have stuck it onto the Cassie. And then this is kind of the tactic, I guess. You want to do the damage to the tower, and we were able to win it. So the tower went down. Ancient destroyed, Juggernaut still healthy, and that was Skye doing a pretty big curb stomp. I only died a few times there. Got a lot of kills, 22 kills. Career average is actually 18. I think it's because I'm playing a lot of the barrack with the stun, which is big. 22-3. It actually counts pretty much like eliminations of Paladins, so it's not the same as like actual kills, but I did think I got quite a lot there. So Skye definitely can curb stomp, especially for newer players that don't really know about the big smoke bomb legendary card that basically ticks down people's health as they stand into it, because people just weren't moving out of it. And B, the poison darts are still pretty big, especially if you're trying to take down a tank quickly. And also the invisibility. I mean, the map's only got like 3 lanes, but you can still move around a bit more sneakily. And because it's a third-person view and you can see a lot of the map, being invisible means more, because nobody else can really sneak up on anybody. And actually, I think with a lot of the flank champions in this game, they can't move very well. Unlike flank champions and Paladins, there's no vertical movement, so it's kind of hard to dodge things. But when you go invisible, then you can actually get away, I suppose. And Skye's also got movement speed, which is actually better than a few of the movement abilities that some of the flanks have. Anyway, what does everybody else think about Paladin's Strike, and what does everybody else think about Skye? Do you want to have her skin in Paladin's PC? Because I definitely think this one's one of the best, and I don't think it changes her silhouette too much, although I don't know whether they could do the hat. And also, are you looking forward to trying out Skye on Paladin's Strike? She actually has, I think, the heftiest of the champion prices. She's like 16,000 gold in the game, but I ground that out, and I got her. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Joshino.